Travis Scott, Young Boy Never Broke Again. Outside, let's talk about it. How y'all doing? Welcome to Let's Talk About It, Music Reviews, Season 11. How y'all doing? Welcome to the show. Guys, we got a great episode for you today. We got Travis Scott, Young Boy Never Broke Again on the same track coming together. This song's called Outside. Let's just get into it. Let's talk about it because holy shit. This is a collab that I always want to see. I mean, you got Travis Scott always doing Travis Scott things, but you got the one and only Young Boy Never Broke Again, which I will say, man is on a 2025 generational run. As we know, guys, once this Young Boy album drops, it's gonna rock the whole world. It's gonna rock the whole hip hop landscape. We're gonna be covering the fuck out of this Young Boy album when it comes out. The 2025 run of Young Boy Never Broke Again has just been absolutely beautiful to watch. It's been beautiful to witness. And this is just one of those examples. Now, let's get into the beat. I will say this beat's pretty basic. I mean, you just get some synths, you get some nice 808s, but I will say I think the beat volume is just way too low. I really wish the drums and the 808s were turned up a little bit more. Maybe those synths were also turned up a little bit more. I just think this beat's a little too quiet in my opinion. It just has that quiet vibe. And to be honest with you, I just don't like the quiet vibe. It just doesn't work for me. I don't really enjoy it. You know, I want my trap songs to actually have some boom to them, actually have some vibe to them. And when, you know, I'm trying to vibe to a melodic trap song like this, and the beat feels like it's on 25, when my song's all the way up, and Travis Scott's completely overshadowing the beat, you know, it's just not giving me great vibes to listen to, just something I don't really want to stream. And I think that's why I think this production is definitely a little bit lacking on Outside. Now, I do like that synth on the hook, that synth, that banging, kind of like a horn synth, it's very like a trumpet type synth, it's very in your face. And then you got Travis Scott on the verse. I think the verse is okay. The only thing about the Travis Scott verse is that, the flows stay the exact same. And it's kind of that same flow, and then it's kind of just that we're outside hook. Like, that's kind of it. The hook is pretty basic, too. And when I listen to the hook, guys, it's kind of like, it's like walking into a casino, and you're going to bet all your money. And, after you bet all your money, and, after somebody's yelling at you, probably X out the casino, because you've traded your car, you've drunk like 5 or 6, fucking beers, and you're just fucking losing your goddamn mind, so they're gonna kick you out, and before they kick you out, you gotta yell you're outside, and that's kind of how I feel about this hook, we're just kind of saying we're outside, and then that's just kind of it, there's no flow switches, there's no vocal switch-ups, there's no anything to really distinguish that this is the hook. It sounds like the first verse, and I just think that's a problem, and that's a really bad thing when I tell you that Young Boy Never Broke Again completely washed Travis Scott. Again, we got a Travis Scott song where the feature just overshadows Travis Scott completely. Bro feels like he's barely on this song. I mean, Young Boy Never Broke Again was rapping his goddamn ass off. Where the fuck was Travis Scott? I just don't understand. The intro track to this whole entire album, Travis Scott was rapping his goddamn ass off. And it's like each track that goes on, yeah, there's still some more tracks where Travis Scott's really rapping, but, then there's tracks like this where Travis Scott's barely even fucking trying. And it's just kind of like, damn, I really wish this was a lot better. I really wish this had a little bit more to it. I wish this was, a better track. It just doesn't make any goddamn sense when you think about it, guys. I just can't believe in the big, 2025, Travis Scott's barely even trying on some of these tracks. And look, I mean, this beat's pretty basic. This beat kind of just gets the job done. It's just that basic melodic trapper type beat. But I will say, if Travis Scott would have tried a little bit more, would have rapped a little bit more, would have been a little bit more comfortable on this beat, which usually he is, maybe this song could have went from, a boring Travis Scott verse to just an okay Travis Scott verse. But for now, I will say this, Travis Scott completely fumbled this song. This production's a fumble in itself, but Travis Scott did not do anything better on here. Flows were the same, vocals were the same, and just Travis Scott, honestly, put out one of the most boring ass hooks that I've heard. And that's gonna lead up to NBA YoungBoy. YoungBoy never broke again. This man came in here, with this 2025 generational run, and immediately started rapping his ass off. Now, I didn't like the beginning of YoungBoy's verse. I didn't like the beginning, I will be real. But once he switched his vocals and he started putting that nice flow that YoungBoy knows how to do, and he starts rapping his goddamn ass off, absolutely going insane, I will say, YoungBoy Never Broke Again easily had my favorite verse on here. I don't think Travis Scott really tried on here. Thank God YoungBoy has still got some hunger in him. He's still got some fight in him, because you can definitely hear it. Bro comes in here and just starts fucking absolutely spazzing on this beat. Absolutely giving all the goddamn flow switches. Just going absolutely off the goddamn charts. I will say this. YoungBoy Never Broke Again had my favorite verse. So guys, when we talk about this song, Travis Scott and YoungBoy Never Broke Again, outside, I think this beat's just okay. I think Travis Scott's performance is very lacking, but I do think YoungBoy absolutely killed it with the features. So, overall, this score is going to honestly depend on YoungBoy Never Broke Again, which is sad to say, but, hey, that means you put out a pretty mediocre song, then the feature overshadows your own performance. So yeah, guys, this song is just going to easily get a 5 out of 10. 5 out of 10, guys. What y'all think about it? Did you love it? Did you hate it? I don't know. Let me know. If you're on YouTube, Spotify, Pandora, wherever you get your podcast at, make sure you follow. Turn on notifications, guys. We're dropping new content every single day. I'll see y'all later. Have a good one. Bye.